What is up, everybody? Welcome back. So we have 175 days left of the year, okay? And if your screen time is up and your energy is down and your goals that you set for yourself are starting to feel like guilt trips, this one's for you. I spent the first half of 2025 building a business, traveling, being a mom, doing all of the things, and I still felt like I wasn't reaching my capacity. Like I still was falling behind somehow. And it seems crazy. And that feeling ends now. Like I said, there is half a year left, and I'm gonna share with you today exactly how I'm breaking down this back half of the year to make sure I am emotionally aligned with family, every relationships, everything, work aligned, business aligned, fitness, right? Not letting it fall off, because it's not about just stacking your plate with a bunch of things. It's not about just finishing strong, but it's finishing aligned. And let's be honest, I feel like I've been off routine lately. My summer was packed with travel, mostly for business. I don't always travel for pleasure. I do like to sprinkle that in, but a lot of it is for business, and I feel off routine. That first half was super strong. I felt very positive going into it, and then this crash started to happen, and I actually had to physically stop and figure out what is off in my life. How am I misaligned in the fact that now I feel overwhelmed, like my systems are no longer supporting me. I wasn't sleeping well. I'm up late at nights editing or just planning, scheduling, things like that. And I had to stop and think, like, what do I need to fix and what systems are no longer serving me? Because these things can evolve and they should be evolving as you grow your business or just in your life. Different things get stacked onto your plate. And that routine of not sleeping well, not eating well, skipping the gym, or not working on the business, or not taking time to build the systems to have better routine and have things scheduled to really have clear boundaries, it's just not sustainable. And truthfully, that is not the version of me, the burnt out, like scrambling, working late nights, working on weekends. That's not the version of me I want to bring to the rest of this year and next. So instead of just like spiraling out of control or continuing along this trajectory right now where there's things missed or like, hey, I didn't show up on my YouTube long form like I normally do, that's not happening at this second half. 175 days is enough time to transform your body, to get into routine, to build better systems and create real boundaries and structure. And the biggest thing about structure is protecting your peace, protect your time, protect your assets, whatever it is that you're trying to protect. This is enough time to get clear and to get serious about it. So I've broken this down into a few different pillars. And the first one is going to be fitness discipline. As you know, that is like my bread and butter of life. That is what I love. Obviously, I love creating too, but fitness has been what keeps me creative, what keeps me being a good mom, which keeps me showing up, is that energy going out. But I will say, since I left my corporate job and entered entrepreneurship, fitness has taken so I have to be honest, when I left my corporate job and jumped into entrepreneurship, my fitness started just being a random gaggle of stuff. I'd be like, I have to go to the gym. What have I not hit? What doesn't hurt? Okay, I was a bodybuilder. I was in the army. That routine is very important to me. When I skip or just plug and play random workouts, that's just like not okay with me. And most of it is because I'm crunched for time or my plate gets so full that I just want to get the energy out, get the workout in. And this is me just being transparent and honest that this stuff really happens. So I am back to a shred phase. I have to work out completely from home during the summer because I am here with my son and I want to make sure that I have time for him. I'm not going to sacrifice strength just because I have to be at home. I do have like a barbell, sandbag, jump rope. I have a bike that I can hop on for cardio, and especially since it's shred, I will be adjusting my calories to go down. I'm going to give myself a slight caloric deficit, but I still want to build that muscle. So I'm still going to be lifting as heavy as possible here and doing different types of lifts that I can with a barbell and the weights that I do have. And right now it's all about performance. I cannot fall off to that point of like having to rebuild the strength that I worked so hard for. You know what I mean? So if this is also you, just take the time to sketch it out. Have an actual plan. I've built a whole tracker for these are the exact workouts I'm going to do, and every 3 weeks I'm going to adjust it. It's about getting serious, even down to the meal plans. I can eat the same thing for every meal for a week. I'm totally fine with that. I'm just going to adjust carbs. So the next pillar is going to be my business systems. So for a while, I was in corporate, but now that I'm running this, I have a legit media business. So I'm having client files, I'm having different phone calls, I'm having to put together proposals, things that like I never had to do before. And as a business owner, you learn to do these things. I'm big on trial by fire, drinking from the fire hose. I'm comfortable under pressure, but I do need systems and I do need structure to be able to perform well and to deliver what I said I'm going to deliver on. I always want to over deliver. That's my message to any client that I work with. So when it comes to deadlines, missing that is a huge deal, right? It's almost like your second impression, right? If you miss a deadline or things get mixed up, you have too many dashboards, you don't know what you're doing, everything gets lost in the Google Drive. I needed a true system, so I'm actually using Notion. No, this is not a paid ad. I do not get paid by them, but I have found the power in this tool because there's AI features, but also I can separate different clients. I can have content calendars. I can have just ideas for what I want to do for them. Any files, podcast episodes, deadlines, timelines, you name it. Integrate my Google Calendar so I don't miss anything, but it's all about creating that structure. So my goal is not to just do more, it's to do what I have to better. And it's about doing what matters as well. So doing what matters better. Does that make sense? Oh my goodness. And of course, it's saving time. So if I'm having an Excel spreadsheet, and this is legitimately how it started, a spreadsheet that has the content calendar, and then the Google Drive that has all the stuff, and then, I'm using Notion for ideas, and I have all these things all over the place, I needed to centralize it because now I'm spending less time, and the screen is not going to control me. I need to control what is on my screen, as you can see, right? Okay, pillar number 3 is the digital boundaries. And a lot of people say like, oh, don't check your phone in the morning. And like, I immediately do that because I have lots of emails, clients. And truthfully, I listened to a Gary Vee video recently and he said the first thing he does when he wakes up is check his phone because he does get that full-on happy effect when he sees, hey, his friends messaged him or he saw something funny. And of course, there's always the opposite of you see something and it makes you feel bad about yourself. So it depends on what you're scrolling on and doom scrolling. So when I say boundaries, yeah, I do check it in the morning. I'm not going to lie and be like, oh yeah, that's the worst thing for you. I don't think so, because if it fuels you and it's just like a quick little look through, I make sure nothing important has happened overnight. And then I get up and do the rest of my day. But the digital boundaries is like what I'm looking at when I'm looking at it. So as a media company and a creator for other businesses and personal brands, I do look for inspiration, what's new. A lot of the stuff on my feeds, like my For You, is educational. How to use different AI features, how to, edit a photo to look like this, how to do a video skill like this. So monitor your boundaries, what you're actually looking at. Is it making you better? Is it making you laugh? Like, is it bringing positive energy into your life? That's the biggest part of the boundaries, okay? The screen is not going to control me. Just like I said with the work boundaries, the same is with the scrolling. It's okay to scroll. Just make sure that, it's not doom scrolling for hours. Now you're not pushing something else off that matters to you, but also that it's not something that makes you feel bad, because that's probably not good. So the next pillar, number 4, is that mindset and energy piece. I don't journal every single day. It's not a religious thing for me, but I do journal when I can, because oftentimes I have opened up a journal and I have 1,000 of them and I've read something that reignited something inside of me, something with purpose, or like, hey, I can't wait to leave my job. Like, I write letters to my son on his birthday every single year since he was 2. It was an idea I had. You should totally do it if you're a parent out there. It makes me cry every time I reread them, but I reread them this year for the first time. And there were so many years that I said, hey, I'm going to work so hard to build this life. We're going to get out of, this job. I'm going to have more time with you and all these different things. And now I'm at that point in my life. And I'm still crazy busy and it's productive busy. But reading those things and journaling has had a massive impact on me. But how else do you protect your mindset? I like to watch a lot of different, or listen to podcasts. I like to watch videos that educate me. I like to move first thing in the morning. That is when, it's great for my business too. That's when I'm most alert. But if I don't get that movement in, it's going to get pushed off so far into the day that it might as well just not happen. Because at that point, now the deliverables, like so many deliverables, or now it's dinner time, now it's put, kiddo to bedtime, like things like that. So getting that movement in early, protecting your energy and protecting your peace, because your energy, your peace, your time, all those things are your responsibility. They're my responsibility, your responsibility. So that means maybe you have to say no more often. Okay, and lastly, I want to hit up hydration. And I do have my little hydration shorts. That does have electrolytes in it. So plain water alone is not going to hydrate your body. That's going to knock the camera over if I do that. But plain water isn't enough, especially if you're training, if you're shredding, especially like me right now. So I'm actually using ElectroShred by Unmatched, and the link is always in the captions. Fit Patriot is the code if you want to use it. It's not the cheapest stuff, but I can guarantee it is one of the best. I'll never say this is the best ever. It is one of the best. And I love it because it doesn't taste crazy. There's no sucralose, so you're getting the replenishment and electrolytes you need while not messing up your gut. So a lot of these different supplements out there have sucralose in there, which is just a chemical compound, and it's in everything. But a lot of these supplements don't do third-party testing. Not every scoop you put into something is going to have exactly the distribution it says it's going to. I can go on and on about supplements because I've tried and tested a ton of them. And this one I absolutely love. It's made by someone that I've admired for a very long time, Chris Gethin, and Unmatched is great. I'm glad to be a part of, affiliated with them. I think they're great people. They speak the truth and everything is very, very transparent. I asked a million questions before I came on board because I typically don't like affiliate stuff, but as an athlete, as someone who's shredding, as someone who's training hard, I need to stay hydrated, and I think everyone else out there needs to as well. And that just leads me to a little side note about this 75 hard thing. I've done it in the past. It was a couple of years ago. I attempted to do it this year, and I'm not going to lie. I was like, this is not for me right now. What I learned from it, though, is the hydration piece. You need to drink a gallon of water, but that doesn't include electrolytes. I'm like, oh my goodness, that's crazy. Because most of the water I consume, I drink at least 2 scoops of the ElectroShred a day. And then I will alternate with LMNT electrolytes, salt. There's a higher sodium in there as well, and no sugar, nothing crazy in there. So I alternate between those two, but definitely my gym workouts is Unmatched. Totally fine. But if you're doing 75 hard, if you're doing any of these things, make sure to hydrate and take your salt and your electrolytes in. All right, so my challenge for you is to look at the next 6 months or 175 days, because it makes it sound longer than 6, right? And how are you going to lock in? How are you going to show up? What pillars are you going to protect? It can be as little or as many as are important to you. And if you're looking for a little boost, every Thursday morning, I do send a newsletter to everyone's inbox that is subscribed. It is called the Built to Perform newsletter, and I would love to have you a part of it. I send a workout of the week, a quote of the week, anything that's going on, any new YouTube videos, but really it's just informational. So lock in, join that community, and you can respond and reply to any email, and I get it. I do respond back. So if you have questions or interested in something, or you have an idea for a video, you can drop it in the comments. You can drop it on an email. I answer everything myself, and I take it very seriously. But built to perform, because we're all built to perform. How are we going to lock in? Or we're not waiting till Monday. We're not waiting till the kids go back to school, because that's the position I'm in right now. Is I'm not waiting for him to go back to school because we get to do a lot, but he starts football soon, like football camp. And that's when I get to go to the gym, is during the school year. I don't like to drag him to the gym during the summer because that's less time with his friends, or it's less time for us to hang out. So I work out from home because I can. While he's busy doing something else or hang out with friends, I can get a workout in. So just protect your peace, time, energy, in any and all things that are important to you. Lock in, sit down with your next 6 months. What are you trying to achieve? What have you been pushing off? And how can you show up stronger than ever? Better, stronger, faster, whatever it is. You guys are built to perform. I love you so much. Sorry for being gone, but yeah, I had a lot of things on my plate, and we are structuring things right, and we are not ending this year burnt out, because it just rolls into the next year. It's not like you just get a wave of energy in January. That's not how it works. I work every single day of my life, and that's what you sacrifice when you leave a 9 to 5 job. Some people have lost theirs. I did not. I talk a lot. It's been a while. I missed you guys. Drop some love in the comments. What video do you want to see next? What comments or questions do you have for me? I'm happy to answer everything. It's great to be here. Take care. You're built to perform.
I don't know you down to the bone. You're making me sweat. You're making me cold, and I love